nippy. Hey, hon, you ready for game night?
Yep, all the games are loaded in, ready to go.
Sweet. Do we have enough games?
Could always use one more game for game night.
All right, I'll go grab one real quick.
All right, I'll get your seat warmer turned on for you.
Thank you. All right, one quick game for the road. Give it to you. Whoa! Oh, hell, Snow! Wolfie and your... Wait, this isn't a pocket dimension. What? Property of the Omaha Magical Library. If overdue, will portkey. Dang, nabbit. I guess I'm just gonna have to apparate. Oh no. Hello, my witches and wizards. This is Professor Rowan. I'm coming to you today to discuss the February calendar with our 2 adversary events, and to let you know the details of the adversary event that is starting in less than 24 hours. I apologize for being MIA for January and the beginning of February. I was unavoidably detained, dealing with personal family issues. And I appreciate you all for understanding and dealing with my absence in that time. But since the adversary event starts in less than 24 hours, let's get through this as quickly as possible. First up, the February event calendar. First off, our first adversary event, which we will have more details about in just a moment. That starts on February 5th, my life mate's birthday, and runs through February 8th, both starting and ending at 11 a.m. my local time. The following day after this is done will be our next Brilliant event, the first part of our 2-part Brilliant event. The Imperfect Love February Brilliant event runs from the 9th through the 16th, also beginning and ending at 11 a.m. my local time. This will be focused on the Brilliant Quidditch training room. From what I've seen, I'm not sure what the lore of this section is going to be, but I'm honestly quite curious, especially since one of the foundables is going to be a Brilliant Hermione. In the middle of that, the new moon will happen on the 11th, in case you're trying to find some Death Eaters. As soon as that is over, like the minute that is over, our second Brilliant event will start. That runs from February 16th to February 18th, and all I know is that there are spiders involved. By the way, this one ends at 11 p.m., not 11 a.m., so that's a different time option, and it means that the event will be 60 hours long. Then you have a quick chance to catch your breath before Community Day, which will be February 20th, from midnight to midnight, your local time. This will be focusing on the Room of Requirement 3, where we can find Mad-Eye Mooney's Eye and the Marauders map. Finally, the second part of the Imperfect Love Brilliant event runs from February 23rd through March 2nd, beginning and ending at 11 a.m. my local time. This one is focusing on the Malfoy Manor, and honestly, don't know a whole lot about that yet, but I do know that the full moon happens in the middle of this on the 27th, in case you're trying to find yourself some werewolves. Okay, that's done. Like I said, quick and dirty, going through the calendar. Let's talk about the adversary event that starts soon. Again, this adversary event begins on February 5th and runs through Monday, February 8th. As we've become accustomed to, there will be a free store pack. That free store pack will include 1 edible dark mark, 2 healing potions, 1 stimulo potion, and 30 spell energy, which I know I'm going to need, because I run out of spell energy every adversary event. Also, during the event, your master's notes will reduce the brew time by 50% on all of your stimulo potions and the wit sharpening potion, which I also go through a excessive amount of during these events. As usual, there is a to-do list. You know how I love a good to-do list. And this to-do list does not have to be done in any particular order, and parts of it feed into other parts of it. Always helpful. First off, let's talk about the parts that take place in the wizarding challenges, such as on the night bus. You have to defeat 35 foes in wizarding challenges. So that does mean you're going to be using a lot of runestones. most likely, for that 35. However, defeating 35 foes will be getting you 2 strong Stimula Potions. You also need to earn 1,500 Wizarding XP, either through those Wizarding challenges or through fighting adversaries. Though I'm assuming since you have to collect 35 foes, you're going to be getting at least a decent portion of that through the Wizarding challenges. That will get you 6 Snowdrop. Outside of the fortress, you need to use your Master's Notes 8 times, which I'm assuming you're going to be doing anyway to get the Stimula Potions and the Witch Sharpening Potions that you are going to be needing. That will get you 1 Edible Dark Mark. Using that Edible Dark Mark will get you 2 Armadillo Bile, and hopefully help you with the rest of this. When I, for the last adversary event, used my Edible Dark Marks, it did not give me any of the ones that I needed for the event, but at least it gave me adversaries that I was able to get XP from. You have to deal 25,000 damage to adversaries. And if you like last time, perhaps also oddities might count. That excessive amount of damage will be giving you 1 Defense Against the Dark Arts book. To make that easier, might I suggest using 3 Witch Sharpening Potions while facing an adversary. 3 Witch Sharpening Potions used in adversary combat means 4 Healing Potions received. Another way to help out is to use 7 Stimulo Potions of any variety or size when facing an adversary. Those 7 Stimulo Potions will be getting you 20 spell energy. And finally, let's look at the adversaries themselves. This event focuses on 2 adversaries, Lockhart and the Basilisk. You need to return 10 fragments from the Lockhart chain. Considering you get, on average, 4 fragments per battle, then that, as long as you finish the whole chain that is, that means that you need to do this 3 times. Taking on Gilderoy Lockhart 3 times will get you 1 Defense Against the Dark Arts book. You also need to return 10 fragments from the Slytherin's Basilisk adversary chain. Again, with getting 4 per chain, that means you need to take him on 3 times. That will get you 1 more Defense Against the Dark Arts book. Completing the entire to-do list, which I admit will not be easy because finding Gilderoy and the Basilisk might require you to leave your home or use more than 1 little come hither snacky treat. Why does that word keep escaping my brain? Edible Dark Mark! But we'll be talking about that in just a moment. So your rewards for completing the entire to-do list: 5 Defense Against the Dark Arts book, 1 more Edible Dark Mark, 500 Wizarding XP, 60 gold, and spell energy. 30, I think. And now the tips and tricks to get yourself through the adversary event. Gonna be honest, I haven't been able to complete these by staying at home. Last adversary event, I was in the passenger seat of the car, and we sat in a Target parking lot for about 2 hours to get the dragons we needed. And this was the last 2 hours of the event, I might add. So this time I'm planning ahead, and I'm going to go sit in a Target parking lot in the passenger seat of a car for a couple of hours, before the end of the event, possibly Friday night. I've got only D&D going on Saturday, so I might do that before D&D. Just not getting out of the car. And it's a good opportunity to be able to pick up some inns as well as you're driving by. I have heard people state that they are finding a lot of adversaries in cemeteries, which is cool. I don't have one anywhere near me though, so I'm gonna have to stick with Target because there were a lot of them at Target. Hashtag not sponsored. So make sure you have yourself plenty of energy to get through all of these. So brew. Find all of the ingredients you need for your Stimula Potions and your Witch Sharpeners and stock up. And I will see you really quickly because we're going to be talking about the Brilliant event as soon as those details drop, which I'm assuming is potentially happening while I'm recording this. Thank you all so much for putting up with me right now, because I will admit my brain is not exactly functional yet. If you have any ideas on how to deal with adversaries, please leave them in the comments below. Also, if you find our heads up helpful, please like, subscribe, share. It really does help us out. Thank you also so much to our patrons, because you guys make the amount of crazy that happens in my life possible. Also, if you would like to help us out in some way, but you cannot do a patron, I completely understand. We also have an option where you can buy me a coffee, and that link is in the description. So remember, my witches and wizards, hold your loved ones close, and remember to be safe. Keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, and your wands ready and on you. Seriously, don't get caught without your wand in the middle of nowhere, Nebraska. Hello, broom service? Yeah, I'm going to need a broom to the nearest public fireplace. Do you guys have flue powder available for purchase? You do? Excellent. Yeah, I need you to pick me up from... You already know that it's from the Omaha Magical... Alright, so this is a common problem. That's good to know. Is there any way that I can return this book so this doesn't keep happening?